Hi, in this video I will explain you what is UPI ecosystem, how does UPI work. So you will understand what is a typical flow of UPI and what are the parties involved, what are the terms associated with UPI, and you will understand what is a virtual payment address, what is a Payee PSP, where PSP is an acronym for payment service provider, what is a Payee PSP, what is the role of NPCI, what is remitter bank, what is beneficiary bank, and what are the different type of transactions. You will understand a typical flow of financial transaction, and you will understand UPI statistics as of April 2024. So let's first understand what is a UPI ID. Your UPI ID or virtual payment address is the same thing. In most of the cases, you will find something like XYZ at OKSBI as a UPI ID or something like that. And what does it mean? So mostly the format is usually you will have either mobile number at bank or username at bank. This is the format of UPI ID. It looks like almost like half email ID. But what does it mean? It actually corresponds to a particular bank account, a particular IFSC code and bank account. And when you are saying XYZ at OKSBI, it means SBI has kept a mapping for this particular person XYZ at OKSBI, a particular mapping that if this ID comes, it means this IFSC code and this bank account number. This IFSC code and bank account can be a different bank than SBI. SBI is just maintaining that mapping. Every app, so if you have Google Pay, if you have Phone Pay, if you have, let's say, Amazon Pay, each app can have different unique UPI address which might be linked with same bank account or different bank account. What you need to understand, this mapping that this UPI ID means this particular account is specific to a particular app. So this understands they have kept their own stuff. It's specific to a particular bank. They understand that if XYZ at OKSBI, it means this IFSC code and bank account. Some place it can be like XYZ1 at HDFC bank, and that may mean again the same bank and IFSC code. So each bank is maintaining a unique identifier by which they can figure out which IFSC code and which bank account for the transfer or remittance of the money. Now let's understand what does UPI stand for. UPI stands for Unified Payment Interface, and it works on real-time platform basis. So essentially, if you're transferring money, the person will get the money instantly, not with a delay. So here, one person uses his Google Pay, her Google Pay, and transfer money to a person who is having Phone Pay. If this person has the account in SBI, the money will transfer from SBI through an PCI to HDFC bank if this Payee account is linked with HDFC. So that's how the money got from here to HDFC through NPCA, and that's the role of NPCA. That's what it plays. In this case, the bank from where the money was deducted is called remitter banks, means the bank which deducted the money. The bank account where the money got deposited is called beneficiary bank. The app which was used by payer is called payer app. The app that was used by the payee, means the person receiving the money, is called Payee app. But understand, this payer app is not same as the Payee PSP. Payee PSP is different than this. And let me explain you what is Payee PSP with an example. So Payee PSP is not same as the payer app. Payer app is just an app, and this app does not contain the mapping of like what is bank account number or IFSC code. Let's understand this way. If the UPI ID of this person was person A at HDFC bank, in this case HDFC is Payee payment service provider, and HDFC in turn knows what is the IFSC code and the bank account number, which in this case belongs to SBI bank. But here it is HDFC which is facilitating, which is the moment this person swipes or scans a QR code, the Google Pay sends this message to HDFC, and HDFC in turns sends that message to SBI that okay, this is the money that needs to be deducted. And similarly, if let's say Payee app has Payee person has UPI ID like this, in this case Yes Bank is the Payee PSP. So Yes Bank will actually like put the money into this. Yes Bank will actually confirm to NPCI that okay, this is the bank account where money needs to be deposited. So that's how this is also called a four-party model. Which are the four parties? Remitter bank, payer PSP, Payee PSP, and the beneficiary bank. So that's how you get four parties. And NPCA obviously is in between. Next, you take any QR code and see that on the Google Lens. What you will see that it actually shows UPI ID. It also shows that what is the currency. It also shows the merchant code, and it actually, like if you see UPI:// this is the actually the format of API. API stands for application interface. So essentially this tells application of NPCI that okay, this merchant needs to be given this kind of money, and that is the whole purpose of QR code. You can see other QR code also that will also look similar. Transaction type, most of the transaction on UPI is financial, but if you are changing, let's say your pin for that or you are changing, let's say your UPI ID, anything like that, that's non-financial transaction. Transaction can also be separated into two types: person to person when person is transferring to other person, or person to merchant when you are transferring to any merchant. Now let's go ahead and see the statistics as of April 2024. For this, I will be taking you to the source of the data. So the data you'll be getting through this place, npci.org.in statistics, and here you have many different data available. But what you need to understand, it is little dynamic. What you see today, you may not find it tomorrow, because probably they are rearranging lot of stuff here and there. I had downloaded some data from the same portal, which was like top 50 UPI beneficiary, top 50 UPI remitter, UPI by app, and all those things. So let me show you that how I have analyzed that data, and I am showing you the result. So to analyze this data, I am just going to get the same data once again. I will just say I'll use this particular tool, XtremeML, and let's just get the data. Let me show you any of the data. Let's say UPI by app, and we'll just go ahead and see the Pareto, that which are the application, and let's see by sum of B2B, not B2B, let's see the sum of by total value, that okay, which are the bigger app. We will see the Pareto diagram. So here you will find that the biggest app in this case is actually PhonePe. PhonePe alone is 51% of the market, followed by Google Pay, and PhonePe and Google Pay taken together is 86% of the market share. Then comes Paytm, and then comes Cred, surprisingly. I have put all these statistics on this particular page, and I'll be putting the link of this on the video on the YouTube description, as well as that video on this particular place, so that if somebody is landing on this page, he or she can understand it very well. So top 50 remitter bank, it starts with SBI, which is probably 1/3, 25% of the market, followed by HDFC, followed by Bank of Baroda, followed by Union Bank of India, all these. And it is natural, it is expected. How? Because SBI is the biggest bank. But this is something that has surprised me. When it comes to beneficiary, the biggest beneficiary that is coming out is actually Yes Bank, followed by State Bank of India. Honestly, I don't understand why, because it looks like most of the money is getting deposited into Yes Bank. If any of you know it, please feel free to comment or explain, that will be of great help. Payee PSP Bank, which is the bank which is helping the payer in making payment. Yes Bank, followed by Axis, followed by ICICI, followed by State Bank of India. And let's look at the Payee PSP, again the same story. So when it comes to payment service, this is expected that they will have the similar trend. Yes, Axis, ICICI, State Bank, and that's how it is happening in both the places. The app-wise statistics I have already shown you. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to comment.